$1.6 million question. How will it cover back pay for firefighters when it's almost broke? We look at the options. And allegations of abuse at a Monroe daycare center. We'll tell you what one worker is accused of that got them not only fired, but arrested. Plus, a symbolic win for Louisiana Democrats today. We'll tell you more about the Equality Act passed by the U.S. House and what it means for religious organizations, and tell you what one local congressman has to say about it. Thank you for choosing Fox 14. I'm Sarah Scarlett. First on Fox, the judge declared Bastrop responsible for paying 32 former and current firefighters $1.6 million for longevity pay that they never received. We learned tonight that that price is substantially higher. But the question is, how will Bastrop cough up the coins? Fox 14's Chelsea Jones is back with answers and how a couple of residents are reacting. Chelsea?
Well, Sarah, the debt is almost double the $1.6 million, and the city is weighing its options on how to pay it. But there is no clear plan as of right now, and residents say this raises some questions. Bastrop's finances are hanging on by a thread, and now they're forced to repay an almost 15-year-old debt.
Makes you wonder how we really got in this situation.
A judge ruled that 32 former and current Bastrop firefighters will get $1.6 million of back pay required by Louisiana law. But that number is significantly higher.
There's the 1.67 plus the judicial interest. So we're talking about $3 million.
So how does Bastrop pay for it?
We could cut jobs, but we don't want to.
The mayor says the budget is already lean, although he did announce a potential tax in the last city council meeting, one he plans on having on the next meeting agenda.
I intend to ask the city council to let us go to the people in November to try to rectify this.
But he says only if it's fair and efficient. The city is already at the max 2.5% sales tax. Residents say ever since losing the paper mill, Bastrop has suffered.
I mean, there's new businesses brought in here, and what does get brought in doesn't stay.
Worst case scenario.
For it to just drag out year after year after year, and, you know, the city not being able to really service the debt.
So the mayor is hoping that he and the firefighters can cut a deal for a lower amount. However, no decisions have been made. Rebecca Rhodes says if it comes down to a tax, residents will have to do what they've got to do.
I wouldn't feel good, but I mean, you got to pay it, so what you gonna do about it?
Mayor Cotton says he doesn't foresee the city going bankrupt if they can't find a solution to help pay this debt. He says that would only happen if they had to pay the $3 million today. In the studio, Chelsea Jones, Fox 14 News.
Thanks a lot, Chelsea. Well, a Richland Parish couple is dead after a train hit their vehicle. The accident happened just east of Rayville at Sumlin Ranch Road off Highway 80. The couple has been identified as Gary Briggs and Shonda Hayes. According to Louisiana State Police, Hayes failed to yield to the train as it approached, and the location does not have a crossing arm. The two were pronounced dead at the scene, and the investigation is ongoing. New at 9, a Lincoln Parish man has been convicted of killing his own tenants 2 years after his arrest. John Nichols pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree murder. Lincoln Parish sheriffs arrested him August 2017 after he called and told them that he'd shot and killed Anthony and Rachel DeNicola. Based on reports, Nichols was trying to evict them when the situation escalated. Nichols was also upset that the couple had accused him of making inappropriate comments to their daughter. Nichols' sentencing is scheduled for October 2019. A 4-year-old boy in Arkansas has died after a shooting in Little Rock. Police say they arrived at an apartment to find the child severely wounded. He was taken to the hospital where he died. It's unclear if the child shot himself or if someone else shot him.
Officers arrived on scene, and early indications and statements that were made to the 911 call that this was an accidental shooting.
Investigators are still working to figure out exactly what happened. Well, a Monroe daycare worker fired and arrested after reports that she rough-handed a child. Fox 14's Bria Jones has gone to the daycare for answers and talks to the little girl's mother and shares what she learned.
All you hear is pops, like pow, pow, pow. And my baby busts out screaming.
Casey Markham says on May 8th, her 2-year-old disabled twin daughter Kelsey was abused at Radiance Child Development Center in Monroe.
My baby told her that she boo-booed on herself and can she change her, and you know, she took the baby in the bathroom roughly.
Markham was able to see surveillance video from police, which she says shows her daughter was spanked for no reason.
It was heartbreaking as a parent because, I mean, my child never been why would you beat a child because she pooped on herself? She's 2 years old.
Monroe police arrested 36-year-old LaWanda Smith for cruelty to a juvenile. The owners of the daycare say Smith was heard talking roughly to the child, but the video does not show her getting physical. According to them, another employee came forward to file a complaint, but it was given to Smith's sister, the night supervisor, who never reported the incident.
I done worked at this facility before, and so I just didn't understand how could they keep that away from me.
Daycare owner Lamaria Looney declined to go on camera, but gave this statement that reads in part, "It's an unfortunate incident and does not represent who we are as child care providers." Markham says she has removed her kids from the daycare, but her daughter's therapy has been set back.
When you ask her, does she got to poop now, or did she poop on herself? Everything is no. No. Mama, no.
Reporting, Bria Jones, Fox 14 News.
The daycare owner says that Smith and her sister have both been fired. To read their full statement, head over to myarklamiss.com. In news from Louisiana's capital, a symbolic win for Louisiana Democrats today as the Equality Act was passed by the U.S. House. The act is a sweeping ban on discrimination based on sexual orientation or gender identity. It passed the Democrat-controlled House 236 to 173. 8 Republicans joined the Democratic majority in voting in favor of the act. Representative Ralph Abraham was not one of those Republicans. He released a statement that reads in part, "Despite its name, the so-called Equality Act places in jeopardy the rights of religious organizations and infringes upon their deeply held beliefs. Plus, it also included pro-abortion language that I won't tolerate. There's nothing equal about assaulting the rights of people or faith, and I voted against it." The Equality Act is unlikely to make it through the GOP-controlled U.S. Senate. Ouachita Parish deputies have arrested a trio for a series of vehicle burglaries. 18-year-old Dakota Hodge and 2 other underage suspects are charged with simple burglary. Now, the names of the juveniles are withheld because of their ages. More arrests and more charges are expected. A large quantity of stolen items, including 5 handguns, have been recovered. Investigators want to remind folks to lock their doors and to remove valuables from unattended vehicles. Medcamp's cabins are receiving a makeover just in time for summer. Today, volunteers came out to freshen up the old buildings with a new coat of paint. And it's just in time for National Painting Week. Workers from Sherwin-Williams were on hand to put their expert skills to good use. And the group says they chose the organization as this year's service project because of their efforts to improve the lives of people living with illnesses and disabilities.
Being able to put a fresh coat of paint on all of our camp cabins will just be it'll be a fresh and new environment for our campers to come to.
As part of this, it's community betterment. Gives the campers something to look forward to, something different, and actually changing their whole color scheme to a more uniform color scheme here at the camp.
More than 30 Sherwin-Williams employees participated in the event, and the group repainted 3 cabins. Unitech Training Academy makes its grand debut in West Monroe today. The ribbon-cutting ceremony for the new location on Crosley Street was attended by excited students, staff, and community members. The new facility has state-of-the-art computers, labs, and large classrooms to boost the learning experience for students.
The classrooms actually got a lot bigger. The pharmacy technician classroom, which was I in, it was really small, and now it's double the size. We got new flooring, everything. We got the new cafe. It's really spacious, and I like it.
West Monroe West Ouachita Chamber of Commerce was there offering refreshments to attendees. The new Unitech facility in West Monroe is one of 7 campuses across Louisiana. The largest trampoline park in North Louisiana is now open. The 25,000 square foot Spartan Adventure Park in Monroe has fun for the entire family. The park has 7 party rooms, zip lines, ninja courses, rock climbing walls, state-of-the-art virtual reality room, and PGA endorsed golf simulators. New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara was on hand to help celebrate the grand opening. The park is a part of the $6 million investment that owner Everett Stagg is making into the Twin Cities Shopping Center. Coming up on Fox 14, more than 12,000 residents, but for the past 2 decades, not a cab service in sight. But a new car service is coming to Camden, Arkansas, and that could change all of that. We'll tell you what it is and when to expect it. And parents in El Dorado can help their kids make a splash this summer. Details on the splash pad that's opened in the Murphy Arts District. All that and more is up next on Fox 14 News at 9.
I'm David Owen. It's time for the Honey Hole Insider. Man, what a week. Beautiful weather all week. We hadn't been able to say that all spring. But I tell you what, it's got the fish going too. Brim fishing has been good just about everywhere. Shinny, great catches. Backwater, if you can find a place to put the boat in, it's good. Now, white perch still going pretty strong too. I caught a good mess Wednesday morning on Darbone. They weren't real big, but man, they sure ate good. Caught them in about 13 foot of water, fishing about 3 or 4 foot deep was all. And then later in the day, they got a little deeper. Caught them on Cajun cricket color, stuff like that. So white perch, brim going strong. Bass fishing, getting into that summertime pattern. Summertime pattern, what I really like is topwater fishing. Man, it's that time of year. Berkeley's got some really good baits out. Little chugging baits are my favorite. But one thing that Berkeley's really excited about, and a lot of other people as well, is these new Chapos. They come in a couple different sizes, and they're really good. A lot of action. Fish them like a buzz bait, twitch them. Watch that bass explode on them. Ain't nothing like it. Hey, got it. Great weather this weekend. Take advantage of it. We hadn't had much of it. It's going to be a beautiful weekend for fishing. Get out there and have some fun with your family. Thanks. Come see us at Honey Hole.
News sponsored by Twin City Outdoor Equipment.
They sacrifice so much to keep our country free, and yet many local veterans and their families don't have a place to call home or even know where their next meal is coming from. That's why Fox 14, NBC 10, and these dedicated partners are holding our 2nd annual Homeless Veterans Food Drive, and we need your help. Please donate non-perishable food items at any Max Fresh Market stores in Monroe and West Monroe. Together, let's give our homeless veterans the support they need and so richly deserve.
It's spring cleaning time at Bobby Williamson Flooring and Home Improvement.
Hardwood flooring starting at $2.99. Carpet starting at just 88 cents. Vinyl plank is just $1.19.
All with 12-month no-interest financing at Bobby Williamson.
Where can you find the largest pre-owned inventory in Northeast Louisiana? RyanAutomotive.com. Where can you buy a high-quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV with low upfront, no-hassle pricing? RyanAutomotive.com. Ryan Automotive is your pre-owned headquarters. Hundreds in stock, thousands in savings. Pre-owned vehicles for every lifestyle, every budget. Ruston to Rayville, Fast Drop to Columbia. Come see why more used car shoppers are buying at Ryan. Ryan Automotive in Monroe. RyanAutomotive.com. Ryan Automotive, your pre-owned headquarters.
For 50 years, Cracker Barrel has been cooking home-style favorites to perfection. We thought we'd celebrate by making our golden anniversary extra golden. Introducing new, crispy, juicy Southern Fried Chicken. Now at Cracker Barrel.
Want a relaxing pedicure?
Relaxing pedicure? My feet get so dry and cracked, I need serious relief. That's why I use O'Keeffe's for healthy feet. Guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked feet. Thanks to O'Keeffe's, I got my feet back.
The summer buyback has begun at Ryan Chevrolet. We're paying top dollar for every trade, every make, every model. Plus, get special summer savings on every new Ryan Chevy in stock, like $13,000 off new Silverado Z71 Texas editions. $13,000 off new Silverado Z71 Texas editions. Buy new Silverado Crew Caps Texas edition for $31,995. $31,995. Ryan Chevrolet, the #1 Chevy truck dealer in Northeast Louisiana. RyanChevy.com.
It's spring cleaning time at Bobby Williamson Flooring and Home Improvement.
80-ounce plush carpet, $180. 3x6 subway tile, $239. Sheet vinyl starting at just 69 cents.
All with 12-month no-interest financing at Bobby Williamson.
News, weather, and sports. Follow us on the KTVE NBC 10 KARD Fox 14 Facebook page. Fox 14 News at 9 continues.
A new car service is coming to Camden, and it could be quite the ride. Fox 14's Gabrielle Pfeiffer spoke with the owner, who says she's always wanted to do something for her community.
The Galaxy Cab will make its debut in Camden soon. It may not take residents and visitors to the moon, but it will take them anywhere in town they need to go.
Even when I was a little girl, I remember needing a ride, not having a ride anywhere.
Rogers is a doctor turned entrepreneur whose roots first began in Camden. It's been over 20 years since the town has had a car service. While times may have changed, the need for a ride is still constant.
It's a lot of people, that don't have transportation to get to where they're going.
Many say it will be beneficial to any age group, but especially older adults.
Well, they need transport at times, certainly to a doctor or to a grocery store or to relatives, and at times they're not able to drive due to their age.
And the service isn't just limited to taxi rides around the town.
I do have a service to do airport service to Little Rock, Arkansas. I will also do a food delivery service. An additional service I plan to do is a carpool service.
Rogers says she wants to bring similar services offered in bigger cities to her small community.
I think everyone should have access to that stuff, just not someone in a big city, because those are things that we want as well in small towns.
The services are expected to begin June 1st. Reporting in Camden, Gabrielle Pfeiffer, Fox 14 News.
Rogers is looking for employees to help drive and provide administrative support. So if you're interested in learning how you can help or want to know more about the services, visit our website, myarklamis.com. Well, if you're looking for somewhere to take your kids now that the weather is warmer, look no further. The Murphy Arts District splash pad just opened up today. The spray pool includes slides, tunnels, ropes, and ladders. This is the second year the splash pad has been open free to the public, and the Playscape will be open Sundays through Fridays from 10 to 7 and Saturdays from 9 to 7. Jared, I tell you what, we needed that today. It's pretty hot today, huh?
Yeah, and it's going to get, hey, look at Big Red. All right, that makes me happy. Yeah, and we definitely could use that over the next couple of days as the showers and thunderstorms move back in, but the sunshine and the warm conditions continue. A full look at the forecast is next on Fox.
Thanks, Jared. Also coming up on Fox 14, does 100 grand sound like a lot of money to you? Well, in one city, it isn't even enough to cover a year's worth of basic expenses. We'll have that story and more business news after the weather.
Bayou Life Magazine, Northeast Louisiana's only locally owned monthly magazine, featuring local fashion, food, artists, home decor, and a local icon profile every month. Start your subscription today at BayouLifeMag.com.
Save 3 ways at Ryan Honda in Monroe. 1, our lowest below market price. 2, low financing rates. 3, the max for your trade. Shop over 200 vehicles in stock. New Accords just $179 a month. $179 a month for Accords. New Pilots $279 a month. Or save with 1.9 APR for 60 months. Come see why so many people are buying at Ryan. Ryan Honda, your way. RyanHondaMonroe.com.
Kick off this summer with a great deal on some of our most popular vehicles at the Honda Memorial Day sales event. Now it's your chance to get an outstanding vehicle with a great offer. Honda was awarded 2019's Best Overall Brand by KBB.com. Visit your Honda dealer today for a great deal at the Honda Memorial Day sales event.
Mow better and faster for less with a new Gravely mower from Twin City Outdoor, your Gravely factory direct outlet. For a limited time, save up to $700 off the best mower on the planet, a Gravely ZTR. Save $500 off a ZTX 52. Pay only $67 a month or nothing down, 0% APR for 48 months. Always free fill-up and delivery and a 5-year warranty available backed by our factory-trained professionals. Since 1967, Twin City Outdoor, West Monroe, Monroe.
From the start, the C-Class was ahead of its time. Still, we never stopped making it stronger, faster, smarter. Because to be the best is to never, ever stop making it better. The 2019 C-Class family. Lease the C300 sedan for just $419 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
Ready for summer? Nissan is. You can't miss out during the Summer of SUVs sales event. All you need is a great camera, the right tunes, and a change of scenery. Save on it all at Nissan Summer of SUV sales event. Now, save up to $2,500 or get a low $199 per month lease on the 2019 Rogue.
Bayou Life Magazine, Northeast Louisiana's only locally owned monthly magazine, featuring local fashion, food, artists, home decor, and a local icon profile every month. Start your subscription today at BayouLifeMag.com.
Randy Ayala, weekdays on Fox 14, your morning news. Live Storm Tracker Doppler radar, sponsored by bankruptcy attorney E. Orem Young. Now, Storm Tracker weather with Chief Meteorologist Jared Floyd.
Start off looking at the new live Storm Tracker Doppler radar. Not much out there at this hour and should stay that way through the overnight and through the early part of the day tomorrow. For folks that are maybe getting prepared for the weekend plans, shower and thunderstorm activity, most of it will be confined to late afternoon and evening tomorrow night, and probably for a lot of the areas even lasting or even starting early Sunday morning. Not much out there right now as the skies remain clear, but the regional picture does show storms erupting across portions of the northern plains. That's where the bigger severe weather threat has resided through much of the afternoon. And we also have some storms developing back into western Texas. All of this will move eastward as we go through the late night hours tonight. We can already see the frontal system and the dry line that's in place. That dry line surges eastward will be responsible for kind of two different areas of thunderstorm activity. First one moves through during the morning hours. A pretty menacing line of storms moving into the Ark-La-Tex region in western Arkansas as we work through the late morning and early afternoon hours. However, over our area, we have a pocket of warm air aloft. We usually call that a cap, kind of a lid on the atmosphere to keep storms from freely growing into the upper levels of the atmosphere. And that would probably kind of suppress thunderstorm activity through much of the day. Notice it's fairly scattered. This will probably be some fairly low topped and hopefully non-severe activity through the afternoon. Again, fairly scattered. As we work later into the night, that dry line responsible for additional thunderstorms and also the frontal system starting to get into play. We could actually see additional showers and storms during the early morning hours and even to about lunchtime on Sunday. Could also carry with it an isolated severe weather threat. All of this flushes off to the south and east. Front never really actually moves through the area as the warm air returns for the first of next week. So here's a look at the severe weather threat as it stands right now. And I will preface this threat by saying this. This outlook was issued at about 12:30 this afternoon, and we're due up for an update from the Storm Prediction Center here in about 2 or 3 hours. And I would expect this to look a little different. I don't think the marginal risk or the enhanced risk will change that much. Slight risk may not change that much, but really, I think the eastern part of this threat may be much more limited than what we see right here. Either way, level 1, the lowest of the risks. Level 2, the slight risk in the yellow area right here, and then the enhanced risk farther westward. Damaging winds and hail are primary concerns, but as with most severe weather threats in our area, you can't rule out an isolated tornado. Low to mid-70s, even still holding at 80 in Greenville at this hour. We'll look for lows tonight to eventually fall back into the mid to upper 60s. Few clouds joining the party closer to sunrise with a light southeasterly breeze. High temperatures tomorrow in the mid-80s. Storms possible, most of that in the afternoon. Winds will stay breezy out of the south. A look at the rest of the forecast as we work through the weekend. Again, the storms continue through the early part of the day on Sunday, and then the first of next week, we're really just kind of relegated back to the upper 80s to near 90 degrees with those little pop-up showers and storms. I will say this, Storm Prediction Center is insisting on the possibility of some severe potential in our area on Tuesday. Right now, most of the computer models still kind of backing off on that, so we'll keep an eye on it, but have ways of receiving severe weather alerts this weekend just in case. Also, don't forget, now through June 13th, make sure you enter your yard into the Twin City Outdoor Yard of the Week contest. Weekly winners announced each Friday. One of them gets the grand prize, which includes a new Gravely ZTR mower, a steel combi system, and a Hobie fishing kayak, all worth about $6,000. Enter your yard by going to myarklimits.com and clicking on the contest tab. And again, that's through June 13th.
I have to say, the competition is getting tough. Today's yard was really pretty.
It was very nicely done. We'll announce another one next Friday.
All right, thanks, Jared.
You bet.
Coming up on Fox 14 News at 9, what if you found out you can reduce your risk of developing dementia? We'll have more on a new report that's offering some hope in navigating dementia risks. And that daily dose of fruit juice could be doing more harm than good. We'll tell you why after the break. Stay with us.
The 28th Annual Ronald McDonald House Big Bass Tournament, June 8th and 9th.
Homeland Bank is banking the way it used to be done 30 years ago. I feel like I'm a customer again. We're saving between $200 and $300 a month simply by banking with Homeland Bank.
We're Homeland Bank, your local bank. Where's your money?
Honda was named the 2019 Best Overall Brand and Best Value Brand by Kelley Blue Book. So when you buy a Honda, you're getting an amazing vehicle for an amazing value. More amazing than Toyota, Ford, and Subaru. Come into your local dealership today and get a great deal on an amazing Honda.
No. 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 Maybe. Yes. Yes.
Low rates, no commissioned agents, lowest down payment, and we won't sell you expensive add-ons.
Go Auto is my perfect match. Greg can really save me money.
Greg really is the Go Auto guy.
Give us a call and speak to one of our non-commissioned agents. Visit our website or stop by one of our convenience stores and start saving today.
Hi, looking for a great deal?
Yeah, we just got a cabin in the woods.
You must be pining for a RAV4.
We just got he just got a boat.
Well, hitch yourself to a Tundra.
Yeah, Tundra. I got a job.
I got his stuff.
Well, you'll look like a boss in a new Corolla hatchback.
It'll fit your stuff. It'll fit it all.
During the Summer Starts Here sales event, get $1,250 TFS cash, or qualified lessees can lease the all-new 2019 RAV4 LE for only $259 a month.
Your summer starts here.
Toyota, let's go places.
When I walk into Homeland Bank, everybody knows my name. The other banks didn't provide a personal relationship. I have one banker I can text, I can call them, we have a good relationship, and I didn't have that with the other banks.
We're Homeland Bank, your local bank. Where's your money?
Fox 14 News at 9 continues.
Some 3 million Americans each year are diagnosed with a form of dementia. It's a condition that can be managed but not cured. But a new report is offering some hope in navigating dementia risks. Reed Binion has details in today's Health Minute.
What if you found out you could reduce your risk of developing dementia? The World Health Organization thinks they may know how. This week, the WHO released its first ever set of recommendations to reduce the global risk of the debilitating disease. The main takeaways in the guidelines are to exercise more and maintain a healthy diet, with emphasis on the benefits of the Mediterranean diet, simple plant-based cooking, little meat, and heavy use of olive oil. The World Health Organization also recommends staying away from tobacco, limiting your alcohol intake, and maintaining a healthy blood pressure. According to the WHO, there are 10 million new cases of dementia diagnosed each year, and that is expected to triple by 2050. While there is no cure for dementia, there is hope that having better overall health could help prevent it. As one expert puts it, what's good for your heart is probably good for your brain too. For today's Health Minute, I'm Reed Binion.
Many people with high blood pressure don't have it under control. Researchers screened more than 1.5 million people across the world in 2018, and they found that 1 in 3 had high blood pressure. And even more troubling, only a third of hypertension patients had their condition under control. The Americas and Europe had the highest rates of high blood pressure, while sub-Saharan Africa had the lowest. Everyone knows that drinking too much sugary soda isn't good for you, but don't reach for a bottle of juice instead. Even though the sugar in fruit juice occurs naturally, a new study says it's just as bad for you as sweetened drinks. In fact, it's so unhealthy that drinking too much of it is linked to boosting the chance that you'll die early by as much as 42%. Scientists made the correlation by reviewing existing stroke data for more than 13,000 adults. They discovered that people who get 10% or more of their daily calories from any sugary drink raise their risk of premature death by 14%. The increase in premature death from coronary heart disease is 44%, and that's because sugary beverages are thought to increase insulin resistance and cause weight gain around the waist. Over in consumer news, would you rather get out of town or get out of debt? One company offers students a chance to pay off their loans using extra vacation days. PTO Exchange announcing Thursday that it's launching a new program called PTO Education. The platform empowers companies to let employers trade their unused paid time off for a different benefit of their choice. Workers can apply the monetary value of their vacation days to retirement savings, charities, and now student debt. While many companies offer student loan help, this program allows employers to use funds from already budgeted benefits. The company hopes that this will alleviate the nation's mounting student debt crisis, now at an all-time high of $1.5 trillion. Over in business news, consumer confidence is up and gas prices are down. Fox Business Network's Susan Lee has a look at those stories and more in tonight's Fox Means Business Report.
We could be seeing a summer shopping spree. Consumer confidence now at its highest level in 15 years. People feeling better about the economy after a strong first quarter GDP report. And here's some relief for drivers. Lower gas prices. The national average for regular unleaded down 10 out of the past 11 days. A gallon now costs $2.86. But you might not need to be filling up if you drive a Chrysler Pacifica minivan. Fiat Chrysler recalling around 208,000 of the minivans over power steering and engine problems. The recall impacting models from 2017 through to 2019. To Wall Street, where trade tensions continuing to put pressure on your money. The Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P 500 all lower for the week. And if you leave your heart in San Francisco, you might also be leaving a lot of cash. According to a report from personal finance website Go Banking Rates, a $100,000 pre-tax salary in San Francisco isn't enough to cover a year's worth of basic expenses. That includes costs for housing, utilities, food, and health care. That's business. I'm Susan Lee.
Still to come on Fox 14, redefining civil rights. What Democrats want that's made Republicans fight. And Gilbert residents and businesses could be paying more for water soon. Find out why and who stands to pay the most. Keep it right here on Fox 14.
Looking for ways to save money? Join our USA program. You'll get a 15% discount on any repairs that we make. You never pay overtime or holiday rates. You always get moved to the front of the list, and we give you a 5-year parts and labor warranty on those repairs. Give us a call today, West Monroe or Ruston.
At Air Pros. The Memorial Day sales event is here. So if you want low financing and big cash back on the SUVs, #1 in brand loyalty, get a Ford. If you want to save more on the brand with more SUVs on the road today, get a Ford. If you want the best deal of the season, get a Ford during the Memorial Day sales event. Now, get $4,750 cash back on a 2019 Escape, plus $750 appreciation cash for military and first responders.
News sponsored by Willis Knighton, home of the healthcare heroes. Congratulations to the OCS Eagles and Sterlington Panthers on winning the 2019 LHSAA Baseball State Championships in Sulphur. And your Fox 14 Sports was there with 5 days of live coverage, proving once again that nobody covers your team like our team.
Hey guys, here's another energy-saving tip. Having your entire HVAC system fully cleaned and serviced will help prevent costly repairs to your system throughout the season. Cut out your worries. Call us today and see how we can save you 15%. We're Air Pros at West Monroe and Ruston.
Your Call Sam forecast first with Chief Meteorologist Jared Floyd.
Well, across the region, the almanac showed us earlier today an afternoon high of 87 degrees. We've only dropped 13 since the sun is set, down to 74. Winds are generally calm, and we are under fair skies. Could see some high clouds return as we head through the overnight. Lows will drop eventually into the mid to upper 60s. Highs tomorrow in the mid to upper 80s with storms possible mainly late. That's your forecast first for this half hour. Fox 14 News at 9 continues.
Fox 14 News at 9 continues.
Thank you for choosing Fox 14. I'm Sarah Scarlett. Topping our second half hour on Fox, the House voted to pass the Equality Act. It would modify the Civil Rights Act of 1964 and make illegal discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation and gender identity. Conservative and religious groups have fought against the bill. They say it'll hurt women and stifle religious freedom. But LGBTQ groups say that the bill is long overdue. Washington correspondent Morgan Wright reports on the House vote and the rough road ahead for the Equality Act.
The bill is passed.
The House passed the Equality Act.
Today is a historic day for our community, but really a historic day for the country.
It is the first time Congress has approved comprehensive LGBTQ rights legislation. It was a top Democratic priority and passed with just 8 Republicans voting yes.
This is an important statement from the government saying, we see you, we value you, we respect you.
Rhode Island Congressman David Cicilline is the author of the Equality Act.
Equality and equal justice under the law is one of the founding principles of this country.
The legislation legislation would update the Civil Rights Act of 1964 to prohibit discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. Georgia Congressman John Lewis is a veteran of the American Civil Rights Movement.
On this day, we have an opportunity to send a message now to help end discrimination in our country and set all of our people free.
The bill encountered stiff resistance from conservatives and religious groups. They say the legislation will hurt women and families.
To eliminate safe spaces for women, irreparably harm children, trample parental rights,
and attacks religious freedom.
It would essentially allow the government to place its hard and unyielding fist inside the church walls.
The bill faces a tough road in the Republican-controlled Senate, and the president says he opposes the bill. In Washington, Morgan Wright.
8 Republicans joined the Democratic majority in voting in favor of the act. Representative Ralph Abraham was not one of those Republicans. He released a statement that reads in part, "Despite its name, the so-called Equality Act places in jeopardy the rights of religious organizations and infringes upon their deeply held beliefs. Plus, it also included pro-abortion language that I won't tolerate, and there's nothing equal about assaulting the rights of people of faith, and I voted against it." The Equality Act is unlikely to make it through the GOP-controlled U.S. Senate. New information tonight. Folks in Gilbert will likely be paying more for water by the end of summer. Fox 14's Anna McAllister tells us that business owners and those with larger families are expected to be affected the most.
Good old H2O. It's a daily necessity for all of us. But a new ordinance could have Gilbert residents paying substantially more for it.
Mayor Stevens says it's the first time in nearly 10 years that Gilbert has raised the water rates. And for bigger families and businesses who use a lot of water, that could mean a lot coming out of your wallet.
It's done got to a point we can't survive, so we're going to have to go up on our water rate. We're getting a $1.25 increase per thousand. So I mean, that's a lot.
Gilbert has a long history of water issues. The village used to run on a well system, but they were unsustainable. Gilbert's water supplier, West Winnsboro Water, has hiked the prices for the town. Now, Mayor Stevens says there's no choice but to raise the rates.
I hate to charge people more money, but cost of living's going up and everything has to be repaired.
Gilbert's alderman proposed the ordinance this month. If it passes, average locals will pay $6 to $7 more a month for water. The increase is necessary to keep Gilbert out of debt.
We work on the upcoming year's budget. And when we did that, we saw that they were going to be operating in the red.
That means business owners like florist Lindsay Smith could be hit with a substantially higher bill.
I do wonder what it's gonna do to my profit margins, especially when I use as much water as I use. It's kind of discouraging.
Reporting in Gilbert, Anna McAllister, Fox 14 News.
Gilbert aldermen will vote on the ordinance next month, and if it passes, residents can expect an increase in their water bills by August. Well, in world news, got Twitter skills? The Queen may want to hire you. Buckingham Palace is looking for a new digital communications officer, and apparently Her Majesty wants to step up her social media game. The manager will be in charge of Queen Elizabeth's official Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter accounts. Ideal candidates will have experience working in a high-profile environment, and you should also be familiar with website design and have excellent photography skills. The full-time gig offers over 6 weeks of vacation and even free lunch. If you think that you've got what it takes to tweet for the Queen, you can apply on LinkedIn through May 26th. Jared, I have to tell you, I feel like LinkedIn is just so casual. I wouldn't expect for a Queen to look for her social media manager through that, right? Like, if you want to apply, go to LinkedIn.
Her Majesty the Queen has access to LinkedIn, and we have decided. I don't know,
yeah.
It
works, Jared.
Whatever
you did
it
a good
takes.
job, yeah.
Yep, crazy stuff. Forecast coming up next on Fox.
Did you see the special news coverage on what makes Louisiana unique? See it now on myarclimus.com and the KTVE NBC10 KARD Fox 14 mobile app. Just click on the Did You See section under the News tab now. Did You See? Brought to you by Highcumble Eye Center. News, weather, and sports. Follow us on the KTVE NBC10 KARD Fox 14 Facebook page.
These
are some of the results I've gotten some of my clients. Now, I can't guarantee you this kind of money on your case, but when you call me, I'll fight to help make sure you get everything you deserve for your injuries. Call me. Get it done.
Get Gordon and get it done.
I'm just here to spice things up in the kitchen with this new breakthrough from Conn's Home Plus. The Conn's Low Payment Finder finds the lowest payment tailored to you, good credit or building credit. So you can turn this into this.
Get to the Memorial Day sale at Conn's Home Plus. Save up to 30% or more on Superstar appliances and up to 45% or more on Superstar TVs. Plus, get a free adjustable base with your mattress purchase.
Gosh, it's such a beautiful day, but I wonder if it's keeping me from Suddenlink Spring Sale and all the online entertainment I could ever want.
I have got to get out of this seaside utopia and back to my Suddenlink internet connection, which I got starting at just $19.99 a month. So now I have Suddenlink Internet, voted the fastest internet in the U.S. according to PC Magazine, so I can stream, chat, shop, and game on any device, anywhere in my house.
Not to mention that with Suddenlink Internet, I don't have to worry since I can try it risk-free. It's a good thing I called 888-778-8076. They even guaranteed that if I don't love it, they'll give me my money back. Plus, Suddenlink also has up to 1 gig internet speeds available with unlimited data. I gotta tell someone about this deal since it's only $19.99 a month for Suddenlink Internet with a 30-day money-back guarantee and no annual contract. Only during Suddenlink Spring Sale. Call 888-778-8076 today or visit suddenlink.com/fast.
Ready for summer? Nissan is. You can't miss out during the Summer of SUV sales event. All you need is a great camera, the right tunes, and a change of scenery. Save on it all at Nissan's Summer of SUV sales event. Save up to $4,000 on the 2019 Murano, or save up to $5,500 on the 2019 Armada.
We want you in our crew. Crew de Riviere is hosting a Rock and Boil Friday, May 31st at Flying Tiger Brewery. Sit back and listen to live music by Jackrabbit Slims while you eat crawfish and shrimp. May 31st at Flying Tiger Brewery.
Live Storm Tracker Doppler radar, sponsored by bankruptcy attorney E. Orem Young. Now, Storm Tracker weather with Chief Meteorologist Jared Floyd.
Live Storm Tracker Doppler radar not showing much around the radar site at this hour. Should stay quiet through the rest of tonight and through, as I mentioned, a good chunk of the day tomorrow. Not much in the way of cloud cover right now, but those clouds will ramp up pretty quickly as we work through your Saturday, mainly, again, during the afternoon. Have some storms across the Great Plains, and most of this is kind of behind the banner that you see here, but there's plenty of activity. We've got tornado watches. You can actually see one tornado warning just to the south of your banner right there. Dry line continuing to take shape across portions of Texas and western Oklahoma. The zoomed-in look at the future tracker shows, again, cloud cover ramping up during the morning hours tomorrow. Again, we're getting kind of the leftover storms from a decaying complex of storms, which will bring severe weather potential to our west. But as it moves into our area, the latest computer model runs really keep the more vigorous thunderstorm activity across central Arkansas and gives us just kind of some scattered leftovers. And again, the atmosphere may be pretty capped in the atmosphere. What we mean by that is a pocket of warm air a couple thousand feet up, and that keeps the air from moving freely up in the atmosphere, and it keeps storms from growing rapidly. So that's at least a little bit of good news that we could run into that keeps storms from really getting their act together at times during the afternoon. As we work through the evening, though, the atmosphere may be able to reload just a little bit for another batch of thunderstorms to develop across central Arkansas and move into our area during the early morning hours on Sunday. I think this is a little late. I think it'll actually probably be during the 6 to 9 a.m. time frame during Sunday morning, but we'll continue to fine-tune that out. Most of those most of that rain activity moves off to the east. Winds quickly return to the south and pave the way to a warm start to next week. Severe weather threat, again, level 1, the lowest of the 5 categories along the Mississippi Valley. Level 2, the slight risk, the yellow counties and parishes. The enhanced risk, the level 3, farther westward. It includes our far western counties and parishes. Damaging winds and hail are primary concerns, but again, we'll keep an eye out for any potential for an isolated tornado. Low to mid-70s at this point. Still a very warm night across the area. Greenville still at 80. Shreveport still at 79. We'll look for lows eventually in the upper end of the 60s, although we'll spend a good chunk of the night in the 70s, at least in some spots. A light southeasterly breeze will hang with us. Hey, your mowing forecast. Tomorrow, he could have actually put a check mark in for the early half of the day, but I only get one choice, one or the other. So I just went ahead and put the X there. And for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, should be no problems with highs back near 90. But keep the water handy as you tend to the yard over the next couple of days and really for the next several months. Look at the rest of the forecast. Again, the rain chances continue through early Sunday. Still a small severe weather threat then, too. Have multiple ways of receiving severe weather alerts through the weekend just in case. Upper 80s to near 90 for the first of next week, with morning lows in the upper 60s to near 70. And as you can see there on Wednesday, the humidity values are starting to sneak back up. And that is not necessarily anything short of, well, par for the course for this time of year. That's exactly what we would expect as we get closer to Memorial Day weekend. That humidity is going to continue to spike. Get used to it. It's going to be around for a couple of months.
Well, I hope everybody's pools are already open.
Yeah, yeah, and invite us, too, for that matter.
Right? Okay. Well, coming up in sports, we'll check in with the Lady Texters who are taking on Texas Tech. Plus, LSU softball was in action as well. We'll have the details in tonight's Go Nation report. You're watching Fox 14 News at 9.
Are you looking for a really nice car? It's Car Town. You want a certified car? Car Town. Are you looking for a big truck? It's Car Town. Do you want a quality warranty? Car Town. You want to be treated like a first-class customer, even if your credit's suffering? It's Car Town. Shop us online at usedcargiants.com. You will get a quick response. You can get approved online. You can set an appointment online. Remember, usedcargiants.com. Come shop with us, the foot of the Louisville Bridge, Monroe, West Monroe. Car Town.
This is Fred. He's dancing like nobody's watching. And because all of the devices on Fred's Wi-Fi network are protected with Xfinity XFi, literally nobody's watching. Except the millions of you, of course.
Wait, millions of people are watching?
Yeah, we're making a commercial.
If it's connected, it's protected with Xfinity XFi. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Get started with Xfinity Internet for $30 a month for 12 months. Plus, add XFi Advantage for enhanced network security. Click, call, or visit a store today.
The Mercedes-Benz of tomorrow will transform not just the automobile, but mobility itself. An autonomous thinking vehicle protecting those inside and out. And it's the Mercedes-Benz of today that will help us get there. The 2019 E-Class, with innovations that will change the way we drive from this day forward. Lease the E300 sedan for $549 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
From start to finish, Custom Carpets and Flooring are with you every step of the way. Whether it's a brand new build or a facelift to an existing home, our in-house interior design service can help you sort it all out. Whether it's a new backsplash, new flooring, or a new countertop, Custom Carpets and Flooring makes it easy. Custom Carpets can also sand and refinish the wear and tear of existing wood flooring. Be sure to ask about our 12 months same-as-cash financing. Custom Carpets and Flooring, proud sponsor of the St. Jude Dream Home.
No. Maybe. Yes.
Low rates, no commissioned agents, lowest down payment, and we won't sell you expensive add-ons.
Go Auto is my perfect match. Greg can really save me money.
Greg really is the Go Auto guy.
Give us a call and speak to one of our non-commissioned agents. Visit our website or stop by one of our convenience stores and start saving today.
The 28th Annual Ronald McDonald House Big Bass Tournament, June 8th and 9th. And now, sports with Spencer Tillis.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome down here to Baton Rouge, one of the sites of this year's NCAA Regionals. Now, the Lady Texters looking to add another page to what's been an incredible season. They were regular season Conference USA champs, went on to win the Conference USA tournament and earn that automatic bid. And that was good enough for a first-round matchup against Texas Tech. And if you enjoy Pitcher's Duel, this was certainly the game for you. Presley Galloway got the start for Tech, and she was dealing. Forces the weak fly out to center to end the frame as we would remain scoreless headed to the fifth. There in the top of that inning, a great opportunity for the Lady Texters. Runners on first and second with the bat that you want up. the reigning Conference USA Player of the Year, Jaslyn Crowder. But a weak dribbler to short would end the threat. Bottom of that frame now, and the Red Raiders finally break through. On the 12th pitch of the at-bat, Jessica Hartwell goes oppo and puts it off the wall. 2 runs would score as Texas Tech would take the lead.
I mean, she got a good hit on a good pitch, and at the end of the day, with that many pitches, you just got to throw whatever you can to her and hope that she'll swing at it, you know. But we had 2 outs, hoping for another one, and it just didn't work out that way.
Louisiana Tech would bring in a new pitcher, but it would be the same result. Trinity Edwards turns on that one, and it's good for an RBI single to left. And as I mentioned, it was a pitching duel from the start. Tech down to their final out and still looking for their second hit of the ball game. And Erin Edmondson would close the door. The pop-up to first to end the game. She pitched a complete game, 1-hitter, and not the showing that the Lady Texers were hoping for as they get shut out 3-0 your final.
We're a very talented team, and we've been knocked down before, and we'll pick ourselves right back up. So I'm not worried about it. They're a good group. I just am frustrated because I felt like we had a little bit better in us today than what came out on the field.
Well, certainly not the result that the Lady Texers were hoping for. They now move to the loser side of the bracket and will play in an elimination game here tomorrow against Monmouth. We'll have full highlights and a recap of that one once that does go final tomorrow. But for now, we're going to send things back over to you in the studio, Chris.
Now, it's time for your Go Nation Report, sponsored by Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys.
LSU softball with 40 wins on the season, but trying to put those last couple of weeks behind them, getting swept at home against Alabama, that's never good. Then losing their first game of the SEC tournament against Florida. Taking on Monmouth, the first game of the Baton Rouge Regional. Mary Beth Gorsuch on her game. 7 innings pitched, complete game. Lots of emotion right there. And 5 strikeouts. Yes, go sit down. 5 strikeouts on 94 pitches. And as I said, no runs, the big stat. Savannah Stewart, we're going to talk about her for years to come. The freshman singling through the left side, scoring 1-1-0 Tigers. Is, hey, hits and runs, hard to come by for both teams. But Ember Surratt going opposite field. That one ain't come back for a while. Her 7th home run on the season. And that would be it. 2-0 Tigers. All they need is 2 runs on the day. And they'll take on Texas Tech on Saturday at 1 p.m. All right, that's what your Go Nation Report here in Baton Rouge. I'm Brian Holland.
That was your Go Nation Report.
The Memorial Day sales event is here. So if you want low financing and big cash back on America's best-selling truck, get a Ford. Want to save more on the highest-ranked large heavy-duty pickup and initial quality? Get a Ford. Want the only adventure gear built Ford tough? Get a Ford. Want the best deals of the season? Get to the Memorial Day sales event. Just announced. Get 0 for 72 and $2,500 in total savings on F-150, plus $750 appreciation cash for military and first responders.
In honor of Memorial Day, join Fox 14 as we celebrate local veterans and find out how the military shaped their lives and ours as a country. Military Moments, the week of May 20th during Fox 14 News at 9, sponsored by Vanguard Realty.
Sometimes the grass grows so fast, it feels like you live in a jungle. Tame the jungle in half the time with a Hustler zero-turn mower from McKinney's in Ruston. With heavy-duty welded steel decks, powerful Kohler and Kawasaki engines, Hustler stands the test of time. Prices start at just $22.99 or $69 per month at 0% for 36 months. Come see us today at McKinney's in Ruston, your outdoor superstore, because it's a jungle out there.
If you don't have life insurance, a final expense insurance plan pays cash to your family for final and all other expenses. If you're unable to purchase life insurance due to a pre-existing or current medical condition, call right now for information and a free consultation. Rates will never increase, the policy cannot be canceled, and there are no restrictions on how your beneficiaries can use the money.
Call 1-800-304-7014, 1-800-304-7014.
Honda was named the 2019 Best Overall Brand and Best Value Brand by Kelley Blue Book. So when you buy a Honda, you're getting an amazing vehicle for an amazing value. More amazing than Toyota, Ford, and Subaru. Come into your local dealership today and get a great deal on an amazing Honda.
If it's cooking for the family or cooking for a living, J. Russell Kitchen and Restaurant Supply has what you need. Anything from heavy appliances down to utensils and aprons. It's all here at J. Russell Kitchen and Restaurant Supply, your full kitchen resource.
Quick look at the 7-day forecast again. Have ways of receiving severe weather alerts just in case, starting tomorrow afternoon, continuing through the rest of the weekend, especially through early Sunday. By late Sunday, most of this activity should be gone. We'll look for highs in the mid to upper 80s, morning lows in the upper 60s to low 70s. Staying warm and humid first and middle of next week. Highs near 90, morning lows near 70. Rain chances staying isolated through the next 7 days once we get beyond Sunday.
An amazing display of teamwork saved a life, and the world mourns the passing of a grumpy internet giant. Jeremy Roth has today's. Take a look at this.
9 heroic cops were honored for lifting a car off a crash victim in Canada. The man became pinned under the vehicle after being hit and was struggling to breathe. A group of officers lifted the vehicle for nearly 2 minutes while he was pulled away. The rescue was successful, but the man was hospitalized with life-threatening injuries. The driver of the vehicle was later charged with driving under the influence. The incident happened in 2018, but the officers' efforts were recently honored, and the video was released in connection with National Police Week. Quite possibly the most famous cat on the internet has died. Her name was Tartar Sauce, but the world will remember her as Grumpy Cat. Aw, how can this be? The sour-faced feline took the web by storm with a mug that launched 1,000 memes, not to mention a fervent following millions of fans strong. It also launched Grumpy Cat Limited, a company that's made millions churning out all kinds of merch. Heck, there's even a book, quote, written by the frowning feline. Her owners announced her death on social media, saying she passed peacefully at age 7. She'll be remembered for a frown that brought smiles to millions. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Grumpy Cat. I didn't know her name was Tartar Sauce. That's a
I
cute
love
name.
Tartar Sauce. That's a cool name.
I feel like it matches her face, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It'd be like naming a dog Ketchup.
That would actually be a really cute name for a dog.
Be fun.
All right, that's it for us. We'll see you back here on Monday. Have a great weekend.